Hi, John here. In this video I will talk about why winning products with low margins are actually dying really fast and why are extremely difficult to scale, to kind of like get those like consistent results and constantly increasing your budget. But first, if you are an established e-commerce brand and you would like to increase your sales, definitely click on the link below and schedule a free demo call with me. I am founder of Adferation. Adferation is a Facebook advertising agency that is focused only on e-commerce. And before we even actually became an advertising agency, we were 8-figure e-commerce owners, and till this day we still run our own 8-figure e-commerce stores and spend tens of thousands of dollars of our own money on Facebook every day. So if you want to be scaled, by somebody who actually have their own skin in the game, definitely click on the link below and schedule a free demo call with me. Okay, so it all starts basically at your margin, right? So if you set your price of your product like too low, and you might think that, okay, so it will be cheap, but conversion will be high. That's like the best way to hell, right? Because it's usually uncontrollable when it comes to like that long-term, scale. See, problem is that you always need to have like higher marginal products and create product pricing so your break even is like a lowest, right? Basically all my products are priced so my break even is like at 1.4, 1.5 max, ROAS, which is great, because usually when you find a winning product, those like first weeks, or maybe months, you are basically running in a god mode, right? Because everything what you do almost like forks. You can scale hard, you can be aggressive, and whatever, I mean, you need to keep up with fulfillment, but you can be aggressive and everything will work, right? Problem is that at some point, those results will just go down, and that's normal. And well, difference between like going down like this, and going down like slowly like for months, is that like a huge margin, right? That's why I usually, let's say, I will give you an example. If I sell something for 25, my fulfillment needs to be like 5, in total. So I just want to always like have that 5 times, of that price. And this way I always have that break-even point like really low, because I mean, in most cases you are running between like 2 ROAS, 3 ROAS max. But once you will start increasing your budget, that ROAS will completely change, right? Because when you increase, your ROAS is going down, Yeah, you might, for example, find some new ads, new creatives, and like do something with your ads. But anyway, it will always go down, Once you will start increasing, the ROAS will go down. So you need to have that low break-even point, so you can actually like still make profit, in even with lower ROAS, but on bigger scale, right? That's why I always have like huge margins, or otherwise I don't even run those products, because I know that once I will start scaling, that ROAS will go down, and I need to have like a huge space, basically to create new ads, test more products, more angles, or whatever, to basically like replace that current, like advertising of that product, that I have, right? Or like change it or update it. But it always like gives me like a huge space, to basically make these decisions, which are almost like impossible to do when like one day you are like at $10,000 in like sales, and next day you are at like $4,000 in sales, because you are running, product in a way that you need to constantly be in like a for us, and if you don't have like that perfect day, it's like an immediate like loss. How to know you can, for example, sell your product with like a higher price, right? Because the key point is to always like price your product really like high, because that will give you that chance really to have that break-even point like low, right? So you can do 2 things, right? Well, you can do 3 things. You can overprice your product, and kind of like wrap it in like some nice offer, like buy one get one free, and in a way that actually the buy one get one free is not really like buy one and get one free, and give them one free, but actually selling it over, like a higher price than you would sell like 2 pieces, right? So, so if you are selling like for, I don't know, like $40 one, then okay, buy one get one free should be definitely like 80, right? Or 79 or 70, So it needs to be really like profitable for you, It's not really about giving people something for free. You need to like overprice it, right? That's how buy one get one free works usually. Second thing is that you can create, for example, lower that entry price, right? But then you have like tons of after checkout upsells, right? You can actually watch my previous video about it, how I, for example, work with upsells, right? And well, or you can do that first thing, and basically that means that you will combine thing number 1 and thing number 2, right? And that's what I do with everything. I always sell everything buy one get one free, which is overpriced. And then I also have like tons of these upsells, you know, in after checkout, right? So that almost like everybody buys, you know, and that itself will increase AOV like brutally. So you can sell for more money than normal like sellers, for example, and you have like tons of upsells, right? So you are increasing AOV, but it is not decreasing your conversion rate, you know, because usually once you will increase that entry price, then your conversion is going down. But if you actually have like nice enterprise and then you take those money from customers, you know, in that, well, upsell realm, you know, then you are fine, you know, and everybody's like super happy. And also you need to create some kind of like a nice emotional, you know, like a wrap around your, well, marketing, right? So let's say that you will be selling your product under some like safety angle, right? Because this way you can actually overprice products and people will be actually happy about it, right? So let's say that you are selling some safety for product for pets, right? I mean, that itself can be really overpriced because people think that if something is safety, you know, and it should keep your like loved one safe, more expensive means more safety, right? So if you are selling something, you know, that it's like, let's say that you have two exactly same things and they almost look same, you know, but one of them is just like a cheap version of that product, and second one is exactly same, you know, but with like proper marketing, proper landing page, you know, it's expensive, you know, but it explains why it's expensive, you know, and it's all for safety, you know. And then you need to choose if you want the cheap version of safety for a family or the more expensive one, safety for a family, right? I mean, most people will probably choose that more expensive one, right? Because when it comes to safety, it's about like more money you pay, more safe you are, right? It kind of like comes down to how you understand people, right? So I always try to really like explain why everything is, why it have higher price, right? Because I just need to tell them, okay, it's because of this, it's that complicated, it's like super complicated, you know, it like solves this problem, that problem, you know, and here's example of like a person and that story, you know, how it solves the problem. And I always like explain problems, you know, on landing page with stories of other people and examples of photos, right? So, and because of that, I'm actually able to like position those products as like a more expensive and more quality, because I always try to like reason with people using stories full of emotions, you know, and full of like a reality, basically. That's why I'm able to sell things, you know, that they could find in 5 minutes on Amazon for like a 10% of that price, you know, 10 times more, right? Because I just kind of like wrap everything around those like emotions that make people to move and act, basically. So I hope this video helped, and if you are running in Facebook circle of hell, you know, and you want to get out of that because you are constantly getting banned on Facebook, definitely download my book. It's free, Facebook Ad Ban Survival Guide, and I wrote it to get you out of the Facebook circle of hell, right? So Q4 now is running, so definitely download that book so you can get back on the track and keep selling on Facebook your products, right? And also, if you are established e-commerce brand and you would like to increase your sales, especially now when Q4 starts, because there's like no time to wait, definitely click on the link below and schedule a free 15 demo call with me, and I will explain you how we work with clients, what we can actually bring on the table, and discuss, you know, your brand and, well, what are your goals, challenges, and all that, right? So definitely schedule that call, and I will see you in next video. Bye.